Lal Munia, as we call it locally here in Gurgaon, Haryana, is also known by other names in English, such as the Red Avadavat or Strawberry Finch. Scientifically named amandava, this little beauty is one of the most striking and sought-after species of munias found in India. The female Lal Munia may not share the bright red hues of her male counterpart, but she has her own subtle charm. Her plumage is predominantly a soft brown, with a hint of olive or yellowish brown on her underparts. Unlike the male's vivid red, she has just a faint red wash on her wings and tail, sometimes barely noticeable. This muted coloring is not just for beauty, it's an essential survival tactic. The female's camouflaged look helps her blend into the grasses and reeds, especially when she's nesting, keeping both herself and her young safe from predators. Here we see the male Lal Munia feeding while keeping a vigilant eye on his surroundings. They're out for their morning breakfast feast, and he's not just feeding himself. He's also teaching the young ones how to forage and survive. Notice how the juvenile, lacking any red coloration, closely resembles the female with its earthy brown tones. However, these young ones tend to be a bit more adventurous, eagerly exploring the world around them, all under the watchful protection of their father, who ensures they're safe while learning the tricks of survival. The adult male, especially during the breeding season, showcases a striking red color. However, this transformation doesn't happen overnight. Before the breeding season, the male's red is patchy and incomplete. As breeding nears, their feathers gradually turn a more vibrant and substantial red, signaling their readiness to find a mate. Here, you can spot the bird in the middle with a more prominent red compared to the one on the left, and the right one is juvenile, all feasting together. So, what do these colorful little birds eat? Lal Munias thrive on a diet of seeds, which they pick from grasses like these, as well as small insects. This wetland habitat, with its tall grasses, provides both food and shelter, making it essential for their survival. But there's a growing threat. Locals sometimes burn these grass reeds for farming or to clear land. While this practice might seem harmless, it actually destroys the natural habitat not just for Lal Munias, but also for many other birds. The long grass reeds are home to a variety of species. Birds like the Bluethroat, a winter visitor, and other migratory birds depend on this habitat for food and safety during their stay. When these reeds vanish, so do the birds. As you watch these beautiful Red Avadavats feasting on the slender grass reeds, the tall reeds you see here at Chandu wetland of Gurgaon play a critical role in supporting bird life. These birds are perched on the Phragmites australis, also known as the common reed, one of the most abundant and widespread reed species in India. Its tall green stems and dense clusters of flowers offer food and shelter not just for Lal Munias, but for a wide range of wetland species. Common reed isn't the only plant serving as a lifeline here. Birds like the Bluethroat, along with other migratory species, also depend on these reeds for survival. Narrow-leaved reed, Typha angustifolia, is another common species in the wetlands with its slender, pointed leaves and cylindrical flowers. Waterfowl particularly favor these reeds as a reliable food source. However, not all reeds are the same. Some birds have specific preferences. For example, the Indian reed, Arundodonax, a native to India, provides essential habitat for many birds, but is also used by locals for landscaping and other purposes. Unfortunately, invasive species like the giant reed, which grows rapidly and can disrupt the ecosystem, can pose a threat to these native plants. It's easy to overlook the importance of these grasses, but without them, birds like the Lal Munia would lose not just a feeding ground, but also a nesting and protection area. Here are some of the reeds you may have come across in wetlands around India. Kids around us have likely never heard of the Lal Munia, let alone seen one. As more and more natural habitats like this disappear, these birds fade from both our landscapes and our memories. If we want future generations to hear the sweet calls of the Lal Munia, to witness the dazzling red of the males in full breeding plumage, we must protect places like Chandu wetland. The tall grass reeds are not just plants, they're a lifeline for these birds. Let's ensure that these vibrant birds continue to brighten our skies for generations to come. Keep exploring the importance of birds and their habitats and continue discovering the incredible bird life of India with us. Keep watching Birds of Incredible India.